Hello, Let's Paint TV here. Today we're going to paint another sky painting where we put sky writing, where we have the words like if an airplane skywriter, when isn't that fun? I love seeing that up in the sky. It's always neat, like will you marry me, stuff like that. So what we're doing here is similar to that, except for we decided to paint the word persevere. Because after all, let's take a call here on the program. And of course, we're going to take your calls here. No, we're not going to take your calls. Anyway, so, but it's to persevere through thick or thin. Things don't always work out. And so that would be one of my favorite things to see maybe up in the sky. So let's paint a painting of that. And so I'm using a big brush right now, predominantly ultramarine blue and kind of dirty palette where I'm mixing it with some white, but there's some yellow ochre kind of getting mixed in there and some little bit of phthalo blue in there. And I'm just gonna put it down onto the brush, onto the canvas that is, with the big brush. A lot of paint thinner, Gamsol paint actually is what I'm using as my painting vehicle to help spread the paint. And that's all I use predominantly. I stay away from, it just keeps things simple. However, there's a whole cottage industry of things and liquids and materials, various ointments to add to your paints. But I just use the Gamsol odorless paint thinner. That seems to do the job. Okay, so it's predominantly at the moment, a little too dark. So let's get some light going onto this canvas. Let's put some light down. And I'm just kind of, again, putting the paint right down onto there. Mix maybe a little bit of cerulean, well, it's phthalo blue, but it's that gives me a nice blue. But let's go back to another blue. I just plopped down some serious blue there. Look at that. Let's take this call here, trying to reach us here on the program. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, is it okay if I jerk off to this?
Yeah, that's a trap. That's or in that case, a FAP. Okay, let's go back to the blue here. And again, it's a fun battle. This I find in terms of painting to just get a nice, lovely blue sky. And you could see initially I started off and my sky was dirtied, and now that I'm adding some fresh paint on top of it, it is now looking just nice and juicy and full of love. And that's from just staying with it and reapplying paint, which now I have to reload with some more paint. I got to get some more paint in here because I ran out of blue already. I used up all that blue that I put down. So I'm going to put some more ultramarine blue because ultimately that is the color that I like to use the most for sky. But again, I like to dirty it up. I like to add some stuff to the blue, to the sky, and so like a little bit of a dirty, so there's an advantage to having a dirty palette at times, or adding other colors to your paints, if you will. Okay, so there we go. You're watching Let's Paint TV. I'm painting another sky painting here. So I'm, again, just reapplying. It might seem like that it's redundant. It's just one brush stroke of blue over more brush strokes of blue, but I am observing and noticing a slight change, and it's a slight change for the good. A slight change for the good. It's feeling good. I'm happy. I'm feeling good about the wherewithal or the beauty of what's going on here. So I'm about ready to put in the sky writing part, which would be persevere, which is, again, one of my favorite words that I like to keep in the back of my mind when things kind of suck in life or in general, in your own art making or whatever it is. Keep going and keep painting, guys, which is really what I hope you all could consider doing, because it is a very valid, it's a valid, worthwhile operative for your sanity, How about that? Okay, so I'm gonna get maybe a little, alizarin crimson in your sky. Oh, it got a little too dark. Okay, so now I'm gonna wipe that off. Maybe take a brush, paper towels, and just take that off. Okay, so let's go back. Now I just wiped that off, and I come back. Let's go a little lighter is what I'm trying to say, or I'm thinking. I change your mind. Sometimes you change your mind in the process here. And we're going to take your calls at 818-528-4516. Let's take another call here. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm looking at the sky, and I can see things in the clouds.
Nice. Yes.
Shapes.
Yes.
I see a squirrel and a lizard.
Nice.
And they're having dinner at the Olive Garden.
Nice. Thanks for the call.
Now,
thanks for the call. Thank you. Yeah, see, there's things that you can see. You can see things in the sky, and we can, clouds are great for that. All right, so we're almost done with this part of the sky part, right? The sky is looking good. I got it all pretty and lovely, and now we're going to bring in the sky painter, the sky writer. Sky riders in the sky, doom, 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 for whom it may be told. No, okay, so anyway, I'm kind of moving around the brush, just back and forth here, guys. Not sure why bother. I just feel like doing it, with the brush. It's okay. It doesn't have to be, it's a little manicured. It's a little manscaping, not necessary. In fact, maybe it's a debilitating or distracting from what you want, but I did it, and so don't fret, keep going. Okay, so now that was a big brush. Now I'm going to use a little brush here, guys. All right, and I'm gonna now. This is the fun part. We're just gonna gob on some Skywrite with just white paint, straight up white paint with a lot of paint thinner. All right, and let's just go for it. Okay, so here we go. And so think about yourself as an airplane painting in the sky. Meow. All right, and don't worry if it works or not. Just do it. Okay, boom. See, I like that. It's kind of bleeding. I like that because that's what I want. Okay, and then it comes down and then it goes. Okay, something like that, and then like that. Okay, it's just gonna kind of go quicker. I want to get the words in, and then we'll come in back and kind of. How do I get the S? Oh man. I guess I go like this. That's okay. Maybe that's not right. Okay, that's okay though. E, and then V. I'm kind of. I always screw that up. Okay, I did it though. Okay, is that how you do the S in cursive? I'm kind of confused now. Okay, so I think I did it, and it doesn't matter. That's the beauty. It's your reality. You're coming into my reality. Anyway, so let's gob this up and make it add more paint, but also a lot of liquid paint thinner to make it dribble. I want this to dribble if I can. That's what we're going to come back in here and just kind of bring that element of the sort of the dissipating sky a little bit, or just a hint of that if we can. That's for some reason I feel like I did the S wrong, but I'm just not going to sweat it, as I mentioned before. So we just want to put gobs of goo-goo, goob it on the paint. So I'm just kind of dipping my paint brush into my paint bucket, which is where the paint thinner, the Gamsol paint is harboring, hanging out in. And so that's where how we're getting the paint thinner. And literally I'm just going probably 90-80% paint thinner, very little white adding on, but I'm going to add a little more white here because it looked kind of getting ghosted, but we kind of want it to ghost out. We don't want a clear picture because it is skywriting. We're skywriting in the sky, and that it always disappears. It doesn't just stay there. So We want to just keep that in mind, that we don't always want clarity in what we got going here. Sometimes we want an illusion, and this is a perfect image to prove that, because again, you don't necessarily want it to be all that. Okay, that's a little crazy. I went a little crazy on that, but that might be good. So we're just going to keep going back and forth on that if we can. All right, and I can wipe that away if it's too much, a little too much. Just pull that in there. Back and forth, guys, back and forth. We are in the game. We are in there. We are locked in on this idea of painting and enjoying the process of painting. And if you have any questions about painting, guys, feel free to call us here at 818-528-4516. All right, let's keep some more. I'm going to keep gobbing back and forth. Gob with the paint thinner, but also a little bit of paint. Let some of the paint dribble back and forth. We're persevering, believe it or not. That is what we're spelling out in the sky, but that's also the reality that we are in. That's the reality that exists right now, people. All right, so there we go. Keep going. Get a little bit of the nuances of whatever it is. Try to encourage. Hopefully we're going to get some more activity with the paint, but maybe not. A little more paint thinner on top. And this is wet into wet, guys. That's the beauty about working wet into wet, is that things can develop without your hand-eye coordination. They start to ventriculate on their own. They have a mind of their own, and that, my friends, is the beauty of painting. At times, the things that we don't know develop and happen without our own knowledge, because it is doing its own thing. Okay, that went crazy. I went crazy on that line there. That's a little too much, but maybe we'll keep it. Let me keep going down more with the more dribble, just straight up 100% paint thinner, and see what that can do. Again, because we're persevering. We're trying. We're going to try and test. We're testing the limits that we possess. Okay. So let's go here and they go there. And go here and there and there and here and there. Boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Okay. Now that's feeling a little more like what I want. Let's take another call here. Hello, you're on Let's Paint TV. Okay, you're not. Okay, gob that paint. Yes, Master Young. Okay, sorry for the break. We had a little emergency here at the Let's Paint TV studios. So, it's now let's gob some more. Now this is just sort of an ongoing problem, deciding on how to make this work. But let's go ahead and let's put some more white now back on top. Try it again. Let's go back over it again. Just here and there, not necessarily everywhere, but just on certain areas. And give it just a little bit of hint of clarity, I guess. Okay, so something like that is what we're looking for, I think. Because I don't necessarily want it to be all washed out. I want a little bit of something going on. So, but what is it? What is it that I'm looking for? I don't know, and I'm kind of hoping that that it will develop on its own, which may or may not be, may or may not happen. Through gravity. Might not. you know, maybe I have to take the bull by its horns, is what I'm trying to say, because this idea is not necessarily, you know, working just by the sheer attempt of doing it. We now maybe have to put some thought or some wherewithal to making it into something more appealing. So it's back and forth, guys, back and forth. Taking your calls here, 818-528. So I'm just kind of adding some fresh white to it all. I don't know if it's working, frankly, but it's doing something. We're kind of, well, it's an experiment. It's an experiment. So, you know, we don't know. Sometimes it's not, I don't think I'm happy with it at the moment, is I guess what I'm trying to say. I don't like the dribbles, too much dribbles. So let's just get rid of the dribbles altogether and start over again in a way. Or just too much of the dribble is a little annoying. I only wanted a little dribble, and so that wasn't happening. It's interesting how things like this can you can get. I could spend all day actually trying to get this to make more sense. And it was not the intent. The intent was to make it a quicker get in, get out. But you know, just in all operations, painting operations, as in military operations, there are unexpected surprises that we do not know necessarily how to respond to. But anyway, we're trying to clarify this just a tad bit more than what it got out of hand. All right, it was out of hand. I was out of hand. I was out of line. So we're kind of cleaning up our mess just a tad bit. And it's amazing how something like this, and of course we are persevering. Again, that is the that is what we're up against. Through thick or thin, we're persevering. Not that it makes sense, you know, even if it's not making any sense. If things make sense right from the get-go, right from the beginning, then you don't have to persevere. You have it all figured out. Great. You're a perfect human being. You don't have to persevere because you are a perfect person. You don't have issues. You don't have problems. You don't have struggles. But for most of us, we do struggle. We do have problems. We do have problems. We don't figure things out right off the bat. And we got to persevere. And if it becomes a dud, if your perseverance didn't work out, it's all right. Could have just been watching TV all day. We could have just been doing that. Okay, so now kind of back to square one with this. Let me try to add some fresh white again. Just a here and there. Maybe not a lot. Maybe we don't need a lot. Hang in there, guys. Persevere. Por favor. Por favor. Persevere. So, in some ways, I'm not feeling it. In some ways, I feel as if this is not working. So let's go back to square one and reapply the paint. Let's keep trying at this. I don't like the gray aspect, the so grayed out stuff. So let's go thicker on the white. Don't worry about the dribbles now. I'm not going to worry about that, the stupid dribble thing. It's not going to happen and not going to happen. Just keep doing it. Keep putting paint down. There you go. Something's happening maybe, or not. Keep going, guys. We're almost there. We almost got it. I think I'm feeling it. Like, I feel like there's an end. There's an end there. Maybe. Maybe there's an end. I just caused a new, opened a new wound though. That happens too. You think you're there, and then I could be here all day trying to get this to look right. Because I keep knocking things out and going, oh man, that's not right. Back and forth you go. And we just persevere. We just keep going. That's what we do. We just keep going. Keep going, guys. Get that last little bit there. So it wasn't, and this is the case a lot of times. We had an idea. I had an idea what I wanted to do, and I based on what I've already known that I had done. And I came into this painting thinking I was going to do just that. What I already know what I had done. But no. It does something else. This thing, painting, starts talking to you. It can, and so you have to you just have to accept that, I think. Let's take a call here on the program. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, you could jerk off and blow a load on your picture.
Okay, that's a trap. Okay. Let's persevere, people. Persevere, as we see here in the painting. Just keep going. Okay, so now I'm gonna reapply the juice, the liquid juice, and gob it on again, and try one more time to get a dribble effect on the paint. Might be too much, but it might be nice that it's too much. Through thick or thin. What I've noticed too is that certain letters work. It's like, oh, I got that. Oh, that P worked out really well, man. But then you come back to these other ones and you're just like, oh, that didn't work out. That's all wrong. It's okay. Can't worry about it too much, guys. Let's just go with it. And then at some point, we're just going to say, fuck it. I'm done. I'm done with this. Which I guess is not really persevering, are we? When you quit. That's quitting. But quitting is sometimes you got to quit sometimes. I mean, actually, you got to quit always. You always got to quit. And so at some point, you can't persevere always. Persevering is something where that's like the idea we'll just keep going forever and ever and ever, which doesn't really always make much sense. Ooh. What I should do is, all right. Let's get rid of that little guy up there. I'm going to do some drastic move, which is going to throw off everybody here, but I'm going to go vertical. I'm going to go vertical on this so that the paint can dribble horizontally. Let me get that camera shot for you here, set that up. I have to zoom out. So we're going to let the paint dribble. All right. Okay, so back to square one, in a sense. This is taking longer than I wanted to, but like I said, it's a process, and as such, things happen that we didn't expect. And we might be here all day, like I said, painting this, which I'm laughing, but I'm actually crying with the thought of doing that, of that actually happening. I really am. Okay, we're locked in though. We're locked in on this. I'm locked in to some degree. Okay, so I'm going to reapply or put some liquid goo here and try to get it to dribble the other way, horizontally. Yeah. Now this is probably too much, I got a feeling. But there's a part of me that wants to try. I want to try it. Just adding full on. I mean, we're just going crazy. I just went crazy. The paint is going crazy now. But lo and behold, we might have just did the painting. We just did it. See, I thought I was going crazy, guys. I thought I went crazy. I swear to you, I thought I went crazy. And now I'm starting to realize that the crazy was exactly what was needed. It was exactly what was needed in this painting. And for Let's Paint TV and for persevering, that we all need to keep trying, even when things aren't working out. You got to keep trying. And thanks again for watching Let's Paint TV. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.